Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nelly. If this is the first time you're seeing this face, you're absolutely welcome. If you've been following SummerAku, you know that she always shared her story about growing up, how she left home at 17, how she got married early. Like, she has shared so many stories, how her father treated her mother, how her father met her when he found out that she had left the Catholic Church. So she has shared all of those stories. And sometimes in the process of sharing those stories, she always ends with, "That's how I met my Yoruba husband," or "That's how I met my kid's father." Like, she always says those. And so I was always wondering, so what could have gone wrong? And so seeing that Summer made this series of videos explaining the marriage, I was so happy. So the moment I found out that she had dropped the videos, I went to watch one after the other. Like, I couldn't afford to miss any episode. You should go watch her videos so that you understand where she's coming from, because I think they're like 13 episodes. Yes. So of course I cannot share 13 episodes to you. Like, I'll miss some parts. You just need to go there, listen to the story. Watching her, you know that she has been a very strong Christian, a practicing and a prayerful Christian. So I was just wondering, like, so why did God give her this kind of man, or why did God put her in this kind of situation? But then, like she always stated in the video, this thing happened years ago. The purpose of it is to learn from her story. So I'll be dropping the things which I learned from her story. Mothers or women in general, like, we need to do better. There's no point if your brother brings a girl and you see that your brother or your son likes the girl, your son is happier, your son is excelling better with that girl. Why are you objecting? Why are you putting them in a tight position? Just give your blessings and let everything move on, okay? So the next thing I wanted to say is to us women. So first, I've addressed let's say the in-laws. So now to us women who are thinking of one day stepping into. So women, let's take care of ourselves. How do I mean by let's take care of ourselves? For example, you find yourself in a position where you're getting into a family and you can see it's obvious that the mother doesn't like you. Maybe she doesn't like your tribe, she doesn't like the country you come from, she doesn't like the way your people eat, she doesn't like the way they raise children. It might be a very serious reason, it might be a very petty reason, whatever that. If the family doesn't want you from the beginning, just wash your hands clean. Like, move on. If you give them some time, 3 months, 6 months, and then they're still adamant, they don't want to meet you, they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to get to know you, please just move on. Next person. Okay, so the next point I want to make is the kind of men we should deal with. Like, seriously, women, there's some kind of men that we should stay clear. Seriously, there's some men that are good for relationships, but I think, because I've not lived long enough before people say that I'm still very young, I don't know anything. Okay, but anyway, I'm just saying that there's some kind of men that you can be with them in a relationship, but don't expect to end up with those kind of men. And what kind of men am I talking about? Men who cannot put their family straight. Let's go to SummerAku's example. SummerAku called, her sister-in-law called, and then she picked up the phone. Then she wasn't hearing what the sister-in-law was saying, so she kind of raised her voice, which is normal. I mean, if you're on a call and then you start, hello, 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 like, I mean, you want to be sure that before you cut the call, you know that nothing was going through or the conversation wasn't pulling through. So she kind of raised her voice a bit, and the girl was like, "Why are you shouting at me?" Next thing, probably she called her brother to report. And the brother didn't even come home to ask his wife what happened. The brother just said that the sister said she was shouting at her. You get the point. So you need a man who would protect you in the face of his family, not a man who will put his family side by side and let you struggle your way around it. Like, you cannot, it's his family. He cannot go wrong in the eyes of his family, but you can go wrong in the eyes of his family. So you need a man who will always stand for you and who would probably put his family straight if they are bringing down your name, or if they are saying something which is not. You're not the man who would stay quiet in that conversation and come home to express his dissatisfaction. Like, boy, you should have just said what you're saying to me now there. Why did you have to keep it in your mind and then come home to express it to me? It doesn't make any sense. I know what you're thinking, but they don't know what you're thinking. Because, for example, if that man would have addressed everything that happened, things wouldn't have been like that, to be honest. Things would have changed. But anyway, I said I was not going to talk about what would have happened. But anyway, my point is that, ladies, like, we should check. For example, you would know a man who cannot put his family straight if you have to put situations side by side. Let me give you a typical example. So you have men whose friends probably come. When they see you, they'll be like, our wife, cook something for us, make something for us to eat. The guy will be there. He will not be happy because, of course, you never cook for him. So it's like, why is he saying that my girlfriend should cook for us? But then the moment the guy goes and then you talk about, he'll be like, that my friend is not normal. Why will he even ask you to be cooking for him? And you'll be like, are you for real? You were here, your friend was saying, why didn't you address him? Why didn't you put it straight? You let me go through all the cooking and then you come and say that if it's him, he will not accept his girlfriend to do that. Like, okay. So yeah, you would know. You would definitely know that he's that kind of person. And the moment you identify that characteristics, if you're thinking of settling with somebody, know that the decision is entirely yours. Know that you're the one going to be in that relationship with the person. Don't let anybody talk you into it. If you feel in your mind, in your heart, that this thing is not going to work, to be honest, don't go about it. If you feel that this guy is not the kind of guy that I want to be honest, don't go about it. If you feel that there are a list of 20 things you have and this guy doesn't have 10 of the things that you want, seriously, I will not say that I know, I think that in future those 10 things would not just go off. Those 10 things will trouble you and you will wish that you were with somebody who had the 10. For example, she said that she went to the pastor to talk and the pastor said, that's the thing with ladies, you pray for something God gives you and then you don't accept it simply because it's not the way you want. Like, there's some things which are deal breakers for some people and there's some things which are not deal breakers. If you're with somebody who has the things which are deal breakers for you, seriously, I just feel you should just forget about it. Like, because those things will definitely trouble you. So if those things are very important and that person doesn't have those important things which to you are super important, don't let love blind you at that time. Just let those things go. Like, let the person go as well. With time, you'll find somebody who will definitely meet your specification and meet your need. Also, I'll leave SummerAku's details below so you can go and watch the video. So on to the next video. Bye. Thank you for staying all through with me. If you stayed on till this video all through the end, please leave a thumbs up so I see people who stayed up and I see that people really want to see this kind of content on my channel. So until the next one, bye.